I don't know if we'll go back to Ukraine or not. You know, when we left for Ukraine back in 2018, many people asked us, how long will we be there for? You know, we knew we would test it out for about a year or two, and if we felt like God wanted us to be there longer, then we would stay longer. We never really set a date. As we got into ministry in Ukraine, we realized very quickly that we were there for the long haul. At least we thought we were. We spent about 4.5 years ministering there, and unfortunately, due to this war, the door for us to go back has been shut. It is really, really hard for us. We've come to call Lviv home. We love the people that we were called there to minister to. They became like family to us. And it's very, very bitter for us to leave. You know, I'm just being honest. I was seriously considering other options. We have some friends in Croatia. I applied for a job with them. To be honest, they're great people and it would have been a great job, but I didn't have a peace about it. And in the beginning, when I sent out my application, they actually hired somebody else. I was a little late and the person they hired had a little more experience. And it was in that time when I felt like God was really calling Cherry and I to another place. And it really comes down to this. For those of you who don't know, the reason why we can't go back, obviously the war. Also, it has to do with insurance with every nation. They're not set up to send missionaries to high-risk areas. And because Ukraine is a no-fly zone for Americans, and this is an American legal issue, it basically grounds Cherry and I from being able to even go back until the war is completely over. And obviously, we can't sit in the U.S. and not do our job, or at least not fully do our job, while we wait for the war to end. So as a result, we are forced to, find another ministry, another opportunity, or leave ministry altogether. And I didn't have a peace about that either. So as we prayed about it, we really felt that God was calling us back to the Philippines. And the reason for the Philippines, one, is my wife is from there. We've been away from her family for the last 15 years. We probably spent about 7 weeks in total with her family since we've been married. So going back gives us the opportunity to really spend time with her mom and dad. One of the other benefits for us, we know the Philippines. I know the Philippines. I know Filipino culture. Obviously, Cherry and I have been married for 15 years, so I have a lot of experience, working with Filipinos. And I spent 14 months there back in 2005, 2006, where I was trained to be a missionary. So, it's a familiar culture where we can go, and the church there is set up in a way where we can both minister and be ministered to. And to be honest with you, we need some ministry ourselves. The last 2.5 years have been rough. I mean, there's obviously COVID. There were issues with my eyes, if you remember, and we had to come back to the US. That turned out okay, and my eyesight is doing just fine. And also, my mom, she passed away last year. About 1.5 years ago now. And then right as we were healing from that grief and that loss, we lost our home, our country, most of our things, to be honest with you. We walked away with probably I should say we lost about 70% of our things. That's really the least of our concerns. Most importantly, we left behind relationships that really meant a lot to us. We really worked hard to build relationships in Ukraine. We love, just speaking to you guys, if you're watching this in Ukraine, you don't know how, maybe you do, I don't know how much we love you, but we really sacrificed a lot to go there, and man, we love you guys, and it's heartbreaking to leave, but anyways, the point being is, going to the Philippines, it really gives us a chance to heal and work at the same time. And to be honest with you, I really feel a lot of peace in this. I really believe it's God's will for us to go. And like I said before, I don't know if we'll make it back or not. So this is for all our partners. I want you to know we're working right now to reach out to you. We really want to be able to tell this to you more in person, and just have the opportunity to pray with you, to find out your prayer needs, to answer any questions you might have. So be on the lookout for a message or a phone call. Many of you we've already talked to. So if you're wondering how you can help us, there's really 3 different ways you can help, especially if you're one of our existing partners. One, if you want to increase your monthly giving by $10 or $20, that would be a huge help for us. It will help us reach our goal quickly so that we can reach the Philippines hopefully by January or February. We don't have a set date yet, but that's the time we would like to land in the Philippines and get going. Another way would be to give a special gift of whatever you feel God is putting on your heart, which would help us to get set up in the Philippines. And lastly, and most importantly, if you know somebody who would be interested in what we do as missionaries and they would like to come alongside with us and partner with us on a monthly basis, that would be a huge help. It's as easy as sending me or Cherry a message, and we will get back with you on details. We will get back to you with details on how to approach somebody that you might know that would be interested, and we can give you all the proper information. And lastly, what you can be praying for us is, it's pretty simple. One, it's the provision we need to get to the Philippines, hopefully by January or February. And most importantly, continue to keep praying for Ukraine. Pray for an end to the war. Pray for our churches and our people on the ground there, for their protection, as even my city, Lviv, was hit not too long ago. And then there's 2 people specifically that I want you to pray for, and that would be my friend Roman and my friend Sasha, who are on the front line somewhere. I would really appreciate you guys earnestly praying for these men. So as always, thank you for watching. Thank you for participating in this ministry. Remember, our fruit is your fruit, and we are so thankful for you as partners. We are so thankful for all of you who are praying for us. And if you're just watching this, whether it's for the first time or you've been following it and you don't partner or pray for us, that's okay. Thanks for coming along the ride with us, and God bless.